Jake, let me ask you a question. What's better than one Secret Lair drop?
There are a million Secret Lairs coming out.
Summer Superdrop of Secret Lairs has been announced by Wizards, and today we are going to talk about the set called Can You Feel with a Heart of Steel? It is going to sell for $39.99 on June 2nd and has some cool artifact boys up in here ready to party.
Oh yeah, we have Walking Optimus Prime Ballista. The video starts right now.
Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
Hello and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We are going to talk about Can You Feel with a Heart of Steel, the new Secret Lair super part of the Summer Superdrop. But first, if you like the video by the end of it and want to see more like this, click that like button, click that subscribe button down there.
With just the click of a button, you too can support a YouTube channel.
Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. We are going to talk about our favorite subject part of this, which stained glass planeswalker we think is going to make an appearance in Can You Feel with a Heart of Steel. For now, let's jump over to the cards and talk about is it worth it? So a quick little background just to lead in this. How do we determine is it worth it? We calculate a couple of things in. We go and we find what is the cheapest possible way to
eBay
acquire...
price,
Yes.
lowest price plus shipping, eBay price shipped to your house.
That's what we want
and
to know.
that may be a light played copy.
Right. Any
that may
possible
be...
copy, just a playable copy for your deck. EDH, Modern, Legacy, we don't care. We are going to find the cheapest possible card, version of that card, and that's going to be our comparison price for is it worth it? Because I know that these are collector's items. We both know that. They are going to be foil. They're going to be awesome art. As you can see right behind me, Darksteel Colossus is dope looking. However, you have to compare that to how much is it just to get a copy to play to determine actual value in that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's $9.50. So right off the bat, that's right, $9.50 for the OG version. What you do need to keep in mind here is with a Secret Lair drop, sometimes they're going to print cards that are eternally playable, and sometimes they're going to print cards that are not eternally playable. Sometimes it's going to be a basic land, and sometimes it's going to be a Darksteel Colossus. The big difference is this is going to be a limited time one day window where you can buy this art at this particular price, and the price of this Secret Lair drop is $39.99. After shipping, that's going to be around probably, I would imagine, $46, $47. So you have to think, factoring all of that in, is it worth it? There's going to be a code. We're going to talk about all this stuff, but first we're talking about Darksteel Colossus. Really cool card. I love the art. I think it's excellent. I'm not super into the card. It's not a card that I ever really have a reason to play. So does this card particularly interest me out of the Secret Lair drop? Not very much.
No, it's a EDH playable card. I have played it in EDH. I think I've got it in at least one deck currently. Am I looking for, the opportunity to spend money to bling out my copy of Darksteel Colossus? Probably not. However, if I was, this is a pretty dope copy. These are foils, okay? So you do have to think, and this is just part of the conversation, but we have seen a lot of pictures, especially of these Secret Lair drops, that these cards come a little bent. And if you just put them, straight up into a Dragon Shield sleeve, just by themselves, that it is possible to see if it's in the middle of a 100-card stack, which one is your Secret Lair Darksteel Colossus foil? And
so you have to keep in mind, this is only going to matter at a competitive level of Magic.
Sure.
If you are at the kitchen table, you're not going to have friends that are pointing out, hey, that card is a little bit warped. But it is kind of a bummer to buy this product, open it up, and have it warped right out of the packaging.
Yeah,
I do have a Secret Lair here, and I just want to show you this. This is. If you don't know, this is a little pop-out that comes right out of the box, but the cards come out of this pop-out here, and until they fix the packaging or they do something different, and that's something we'll talk about a little bit later in the video, the cards aren't really sealed in anything except from being behind this plastic. So if the cards are not in a temperature-controlled environment, you may have cards come out of this that are straight up warped, and that's going to be more likely with foils.
Yeah.
So
It's an interesting thing that we always just have to mention when the secret layers are foil. It makes sense for a premium product like this to come in foil. I would assume that's what you would want in a premium product. It's what I would want in a premium product. But you do have to at least acknowledge the fact that the foils may not lay completely flat, especially because of the packaging. You can see it behind me here. Arcbound Ravager. Jake, what is our cheapest price that we can acquire an Arcbound Ravager?
Oh my gosh, this card, because of Pioneer and the way that Pioneer has affected modern prices and just the overall way that attention has shifted greatly toward EDH and CEDH. Arcbound Ravager used to be a card that was played in Modern that had a pretty hefty price tag of around $40 to $50 at one point. This card is now, at its lowest, $10.09. So huge drop. If you had asked me a year ago, is this worth it? I'd be like, after seeing Walking Ballista and Arcbound Ravager, I'd be like, buy that for whatever price possible. But we have seen a huge adjustment on Arcbound's price, and it's now around $10, whereas the Modern Masters, original Modern Masters copy used to be like, seriously, like $45-$50.
Yeah, it's still a cool inclusion in this set. This is a 3-card set. It's one of the, sets with fewer cards in it because it represents a little bit more value, mainly based on our last card here, which is some kind of Transformer Walking Ballista.
Yeah, this is Optimus Prime Ballista. This is, I can't think of a better way to describe this card. It is so obviously that Transformer body. You can't really describe it any other way, but this is kind of the direction that Wizards of the Coast is taking Magic the Gathering, which is, now we have Godzilla cards. Transformers are also licensed by Hasbro. So it's just like this whole cross-promotional thing. Maybe this alludes to the fact that Transformers are going to be part of the MTG multiverse soon, if not already. Yeah. But very good card. Walking Ballista, the lowest you can find one of those for on eBay is $25, an English copy. So this very, very good card.
Is
Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, it's just an absolute house of a card. Even in EDH, it goes infinite easily. It's very, very, very good.
This card represents over half of the price of the box itself, $39.99.
For sure.
At like $25, this represents just over half. You got 2 other $10 cards essentially in the box alongside it. They're all foil. All of the art is dope. This set is just, this is a pretty cool one. I'm actually a huge fan. I personally, mechs, my very first video game when I was growing up was Mech Warrior, and so I've always been into mechs and giant robots, and when you combine that,
who doesn't like mechs?
Right? Yeah, come on. Exactly. I've just always been into it, so I'm a huge fan of this box. This box is $39.99. It releases on June 2nd. I was talking about how we grade. Is it worth it with the cards? You have to take into account that there's an MTG Arena code for a sleeve. You have to take into account that there's an MTGO code for redemption of these 3 cards playable this art on MTGO. Jake, walk us through this box. Is it worth it?
Well, I have to say, yes, it is worth it. The fact that these cards are going to be foil, a foil Walking Ballista is much more expensive than a normal Walking Ballista, which is around $25. So I imagine the foil Walking Ballista being an exclusive, a highly, highly sought after card. I do think that card is going to hold a premium, especially to anybody who is a Transformers fan or wants that specific art style for their deck. That is going to be a very, very cool copy. So definitely the crown jewel of the set is the Walking Ballista. But you have Darksteel Colossus coming in at $9.50, Arcbound Ravager as well at $10.09. Keep in mind those are also foil in this. Those are also very good cards. And then the Arena Code, which vendors for about $4, and the MTGO, the sleeve, which is also around $4 as well. I would say yes, this product is worth it. I don't think there's going to be a huge meaningful change in the price of these cards because this Secret Lair hits the market. I think these specific cards, this is $40. So when people are spending $40, they're probably going to keep those cards for their collection. I imagine some people might try breaking this up, but I don't think it's going to change any card prices in a meaningful way.
Yeah, personally, I'll be purchasing this one to have. That's pretty much been my stance with these products. This isn't really a product that, if you happen to have more fluidity with cash, that you can purchase 2-3 copies and flip the extras. Long sit, long hold, maybe. I did that for one set. I bought 2 copies of the Kaleidoscope Killers, still sitting on my shelf. Can't really do anything with it. It's expensive to ship. It's not like I can just throw them in an envelope and say good. They want it in the box. They want it sealed right in that thing with the Planeswalker at the bottom.
This is so big. Yeah, make it smaller.
It's so big. That's Jake's rant for all the Secret Lair stuff. But from a collector standpoint, I've really enjoyed the Secret Lair product.
So let's talk about the stained glass Planeswalkers. Ugin, Karn. That's most likely what it's going to be. Ugin the Ineffable and Karn, Great Creator. These were, they came out of War of the Spark. And I think because we haven't seen these colorless Planeswalkers pop up in a Secret Lair, this is an artifact set. This is a colorless set. This is, Ugin is colorless, Karn is colorless. Karn creates artifacts. It just makes a lot of sense. So I would say, Karn Great Creator, this was a card that used to have, before they banned Lattice in Modern, this was a card that had a very high price tag. But I do think that these cards are both excellent in EDH. So from that perspective, these could be the chase cards that are the stained glass Planeswalkers. The other side of that token is we could see stuff like Saheeli, which creates colorless Thopters.
Right.
Or I believe it's Servos. Either way, it's a colorless artifact. So that could be like the lower end Planeswalker that comes out of this Secret Lair.
Yeah, I agree that there will be more than 2 that are an option. I don't think we've ever seen as few as 2 in the bottom of these as the chase card. But,
well, the Ajani was always Ajani. The cat one was always Ajani.
Yeah.
Which is important to keep in mind.
Yeah, you're right.
But
about
yeah,
that.
it could be just between Karn and Ugin, but it could have as many as like 5 or 6 to choose from.
Let us know if you will be purchasing Can You Feel with a Heart of Steel down in the comments below, and let us know what you speculate will be the stained glass Planeswalker that represents the loot box aspect of these Secret Lair drops that will be happening in June. Appreciate you watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you like this video and you want to see more like it. If you want to support us further, we have a Patreon with monthly giveaways. Go check out that. Link is down in the description below. And if you want to hang out with us, we're streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. Make sure you find us over there. Jake?
You have said all of the things, and now all I must do is ponder what is left to do today.